Welcome to Violet Light Tarot. This is the Virgo reading for July of 2020. Welcome to all Virgos who are Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Cross Watchers are always welcome as well. Welcome back if you've been here before. Welcome if you've been here for the first time. And please note that we are doing a single reading for all Virgo energies today for July. So if you are... First of all, just remember to take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Don't try and make anything fit that doesn't really sound like it fits into your current vibe. Don't forget to check the rest of the signs as well, if that belong in your natal chart, just in case. Other readers, absolutely, always okay. Come back and see us another time. If you want something that's more absolutely akin to your personal needs and your personal desires for a reading, please check the link below in the description for the store for purchasing, as well as an exciting offer, which if you happen to note it in the thumbnail for the video, I'm doing a giveaway for July. Anybody who comments and subscribes based on the July predictions between now and July 10 is automatically entered into a random draw for a free personal reading. And that draw will take place on the 12th, and the reading will take place around the 15th based on your own personal schedule and whatever questions you're looking for answers for. So yeah, please leave a comment, because it helps the channel, leave a comment to get into the draw, subscribe to get into the draw, and don't forget the notification bell as well to let you know when new videos are coming up. So we're going to start out, we have the tarot cards for your original message. So that's going to be 3 across with 3 clarifying. I've got the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle, because crystals, and to find out what your healing message is. Your general energies for the month as well, and your shadow, just to find out what may be an underlying concern to consider at this time. So Virgos, how have you been? All Virgos who are Canadian, happy Canada Day belated from the 1st, and anybody who is American, happy 4th of July. That's coming up this Saturday. I'm taping this on the night of the 2nd, so it's still coming up for me. Oh, there we go. So we have 2 cards to start out with. We have the 7 of Swords in reverse. And it looks like the 7 of Cups in reverse as well. I'm going to wait to kind of interpret what's going on once we get all the cards out, at least all the tarot cards out, to really get an idea of what the message is trying to say. Okay, so we have the 8 of Cups in reverse. Your clarifier for... So the 7 of Swords is going to be clarified by the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. I promise this deck is not sitting on its head. We have the 6 of Wands clarifying for the 7 of Cups in reverse. And your last card for... there we go. Is the 2 of Cups upright, clarifying for the 8 of Cups in reverse. Interesting. Okay. Okay, Virgo, so what I'm seeing is the 4 of Cups upright would talk about holding on to your money, really being very careful with your finances, being very careful with your, where things are going based on your income, etc. It's in reverse though, so I don't know if there was a lack of care or if it was something to do with maybe you didn't have to worry as much. But when it's paired with the 7 of Swords, now the 7 of Swords upright talks about a thievery, it talks about deceit, but it's in reverse. So my understanding then is that maybe you were having recently some issues with your money, maybe in June, May, earlier in the year. And you've had to really be very watchful. Maybe there was a bad investment. Maybe there was somebody borrowed money and didn't give it back. You had a break-in, what have you. But you're coming out of that, and you're coming out of the energy of someone who's had that happen to you. And it's also causing you to be a little more relaxed. Not a bad thing, but it's giving you an ability to be a little bit more relaxed with your income. You don't feel anymore like you have to count every penny or worry where it's gone or what have you, which is always a good feeling when you don't have to keep that much eye on it, as it were. You do have the Victory card clarifying for the Seven of Cups in reverse too. So the Seven of Cups in upright usually speaks about having choices, like a lot of different choices, and it could be things like having multiple, I'm going to use a very old-fashioned word and say multiple suitors. It could be multiple friend groups who are trying to get a hold of you. You haven't been having that, and I don't know if maybe because it's being clarified by the Victory, it sounds like you've really come into yourself in the way that not having all those options has actually been better for you. So what I'm also seeing and what I'm hearing right now is that, and especially because we have the Eight of Cups in reverse here, and I'm keeping going. Let me just keep going with this too, and then I'll go back to what I'm hearing. You have the Two of Cups clarifying for the Eight of Cups in reverse. So the Two of Cups upright is, of course, the card of union. It's the card of two people coming together, whether it's in friendship or love. And the Eight of Cups upright usually speaks of walking away. It's of, well, I've really had as much investment in this particular union as I possibly can. Yeah, no, I don't need this anymore, or it's not going anywhere. But since it's in reverse, I'm seeing that there's a chance that whatever happened with regard to your finances, whatever happened with regard to thievery, deceit, etc., really had you in that need to walk away from whatever was happening. Now, I don't see that this person had anything to do with it, the person that you're with, because you are with them and not walking away. So not walking away is clarified by the fact that you're sticking around and being with this one person that you really love and want to have in your life. Again, you don't have as many choices, which is a victory, and that's what I was going with, and what I'm hearing is that one of these options, or possibly several of these options, whether it's alimony and the person happens to have gotten remarried, so you now no longer have to pay maintenance, or a court case has readjusted that kind of thing for you, or the person that was in a friend group who was maybe, I don't want to be too dramatic in saying like swindling from everybody, but the person who was being not that great and deceitful with everyone is now out of the friend group. And so everybody's feeling victorious because not as many options, as far as not as many friends who really weren't actually your friends to begin with, which is bringing you closer to the person you're with and not causing you to walk away from the people you actually need to keep in your life and want to keep in your life. So that's good. I'm seeing this as, even though it's a whole bunch of reversals, I'm really seeing this as a very positive reading for you, Virgo. So I'm just going to do your crystals now. Again, I just got this deck, so I'm going to check the book as well. Just a heads up, I am going to be reading from the book for this one. Provided I can get one card. One, no. Okay, not 17, one. Again. Okay. So you have Labradorite, or number 20. Love Labradorite. One of my favorites. It's also got a blue border on the outside, so this has something to do with your throat chakra as well. Again, which makes perfect sense within the reading, because you've got dealing with people or closing off having to deal with certain people, not having to speak to people that you don't want to or shouldn't have to speak to anymore. Bringing yourself into a victory in the fact that you now are able to stay with, not leave, stay with the people that actually mean something to you, or the loved ones that mean something to you the most. So for number 20, we have the mind's eye. Ironic, because that would be the third eye, which is more purple, but we'll go with it. You are an intuitive being with a gift of foresight. There you go, Virgo. Keep yourself grounded, though. The veil between worlds is thin. So literally, this could be that you actually discovered whatever this was, which good on you. And I'm sure all of the friends who were also being affected by this are absolutely loving the fact that you did that as well. There is a warning here, though, to beware of psychic vampires and to raise your consciousness to a higher level. So it's reminding you to be careful what you wish for, which I don't see anything bad in what you're wishing for right now. But it's just, now that you're starting to get things coming back to you that are meant to come back to you, or things staying that are meant to stay in your life, just be aware of where that takes you. That takes you to a really great place. And that's awesome. Just says to be very careful, and the healing insight is giving your energy away is bad for your health. So establish an efficient interface with the outside world establishing an efficient interface with the outside world will protect your well-being. So you and your person are perfectly awesome. You're having a victory over all of this that was going on previously that was causing you such grief. You aren't walking away from the people that mean anything to you, or that really mean the most to you, which is causing you to feel victorious, which is awesome. But just be very careful that some people, when you stop talking to them, don't react as well as others. So I think that's what it's talking about. It's also talking about energy vampires. So just be very careful about where your energy is going. The person that you're with and the people that you're meant to stay with, the victory card is telling me you're good to go. It's just be aware with regard to the people that you're letting go of. So your energy for July is there we go. Envy, which is the number 20. Okay. I'm seeing this again as I'm seeing this as another warning to just be aware of the people who you're letting go of. Because they see you coming out of this need to hold on to everything, and this need to sort of this bad place that they sort of help put you in. And maybe they're not able to come out of that same place. So they're like I'm seeing it as their envy, and the envy that's being the like literally energy vampire / envy. So I'm seeing it as their envy that's being sort of psychically attached to you, energetically attached to you. But just be aware that that's, if you're feeling like somebody's, or like you're not as good as somebody else, or if you're starting to feel like you have too much or things have gone too well for you, just be aware of where those thoughts are coming from, because those thoughts are not yours. They're actually coming from these energy vampires, are coming from the people who are envious. And it's their energies that are affecting the way you're thinking. You are golden. You are perfect. You are doing so well with keeping the people in your life that are meant to be there. It's just that the people who are being left behind are going to try to make you feel like you somehow made a mistake in doing so. So your shadow card, which can either be something that you are concerned about, something that's underlying for you, or it could also be, again, another message with regard to other people's energies affecting you in a certain way. There we go. Okay, so you have Pythia with knowledge, which doesn't sound like it should be a bad thing to have knowledge, but remember that knowledge is power and it's how it's used. So the knowledge that you have and that you've used to gain the insight and sort of the third eye insight that you're receiving is helping you to do what you need to do this month, and it's helping you to keep the people with you that are meant to go with you, that are actually in your corner, part of your soul tribe, whatever wording you choose to use for that. Be knowledgeable, be aware that the people that you're leaving behind are going to feel very envious that they're not going to be around to be part of this wonderful moment for you. They're not going to be able to be part of your, purse strings, as it were. And I'm getting more of a message now as well, a little bit, that the Four of Pentacles, which usually talks about, like I said, finance and holding on to your coins, it may not necessarily only be holding on to your coins, it may be also holding on to your energies. And you're now releasing all of the negativity and all of the negative people from your life. They're not really happy about that because they strive and thrive on your wonderfulness and your high vibe and your positive energy. And so they're envious of who you're keeping around. They're envious of you for having what you have. And it's just being well aware that they are out there. And so any kind of thoughts that you're having that are a little bit negative this month are not necessarily going to be yours, but them trying to come through or stick around in some way by you. If you ever have that, well, maybe I shouldn't have let go of whoever that person was. Unless you have solid proof, unless you really, really have knowledge to the contrary of what you originally had that made you choose to get rid of them, don't bring them back in. That's them trying to come back in, and they are just going to keep doing what they've been doing to you all along, and you will end up having to hold on to your energies tightly, and you actually may end up walking away from the wrong people. I mean, walking away from the right people to keep the wrong people in at that point. So keep on the path you're on. Keep following your third eye and the intuition that you have right now as far as who to keep and who to get rid of. Keep the ones close to you that love you the most. Don't walk away from the people who are actually there for you. And you will be absolutely golden this month. Thank you, Virgo, for joining. This has been your July 2020 predictions. It's been wonderful reading for you. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and joining us today. Again, please like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification, all the good things, and hope to see you again with another reading. Bye for now.